I still remember the exact time, 2:17 a.m. Not because I was scared, but because my dead friend sent me a voice note. First voice note arrived at 2:17 a.m. I remember the exact time because I was asleep. I was lying on my back staring at the ceiling fan as it spun unevenly, making that faint clicking sound that had developed sometime after Rohan died. Everything in my apartment had started making noises after his death, like the place itself was uncomfortable with silence. My phone buzzed once on the mattress beside me. WhatsApp notification, send a Rohan. For a full 5 seconds, my body refused to move. My eyes stayed locked on the fan, my heart hammering so hard, it felt like it was shaking my ribs from the inside. Logic kicked in slowly, like a reluctant engine. Someone must be using his phone. That was the only explanation. Rohan had died 6 days ago, in a highway accident. Head-on collision, closed casket. I had stood there at the funeral, watching his mother collapse against the coffin, listening to the priest talk about unfinished conversations and souls that lingered. Souls. Don T send WhatsApp messages. My hand finally reached for the phone. There was a single voice note, duration 0:19 seconds. No text, no emojis, just audio. I didn't open it. I couldn't. I locked the phone and placed it face down, like that could stop whatever was happening. My throat felt dry, my tongue heavy. I told myself I was exhausted. Sleep deprivation does strange things to the brain. The phone buzzed again. Same chat, another voice note, 0:11 seconds. I unlocked the screen despite myself. My thumb hovered over the play button. I half expected the app to crash, or the chat to disappear, or for the name to change into something else. It didn't. I pressed play at first. There was only static, a soft hiss like wind brushing against a microphone. Then, a familiar breath, Rohan's breath. Bro, his voice said casual, slightly amused, exactly the way he always sounded in voice notes. My phone slipped from my hand and hit the mattress that wasn't an old recording. I knew every voice Rohan had ever sent me. He hated typing. Our chat history was years of audio messages, jokes, late night rants, drunk confessions. I had listened to them all after his death, like a ritual, like touching a bruise to remind yourself it's still real. This wasn't one of them. My breathing turned shallow. I picked up the phone with shaking fingers and replayed the voice note. Same thing, same breath, same tone. And then at the very end, something new. A soft clicking sound. The exact sound my ceiling fan was making. I locked the phone and threw it onto the floor. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I convinced myself it had been a delayed message. Some glitch. Maybe Rohan had scheduled it. Maybe WhatsApp servers were acting up. I called his number. It rang, not voicemail, not disconnected. It rang until someone answered. I pulled the phone away from my ear. Before I even realized what I was doing then, I forced myself to bring it back. Hello, nothing, just breathing, slow, patient listening. I hung up. That was the moment fear stopped being sharp and turned heavy. The kind of fear that settles into your chest and doesn't leave. I went to work anyway. Routine felt safer than thinking. I answered emails, sat through meetings, nodded at jokes I didn't hear. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart jumped at 3:43 p.m. Another voice note arrived. 0:27 seconds. I went into the office restroom and locked myself into a stall. Before playing it, relax. Rohan's voice said, "It's still me, you always overthink." I swallowed hard. You didn't. Answered my call. The voice continued. That Rohan had ever sent me. He hated typing. Our chat history was years of audio messages, jokes, late night rants, drunk confessions. I had listened to them all after his death, like a ritual, like touching a bruise to remind yourself it's still real. This wasn't one of them. My breathing turned shallow. I picked up the phone with shaking fingers and replayed the voice note. Same thing, same breath, same tone. And then at the very end, something new, a soft clicking sound, the exact sound my ceiling fan was making. I locked the phone and threw it onto the floor. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I convinced myself it had been a delayed message. Some glitch. Maybe Rohan had scheduled it. Maybe WhatsApp servers were acting up. I called his number. It rang, not voicemail, not disconnected. It rang until someone answered. I pulled the phone away from my ear. Before I even realized what I was doing, then I forced myself to bring it back. Hello, nothing, just breathing, slow, patient, listening. I hung up. That was the moment fear stopped being sharp and turned heavy. The kind of fear that settles into your chest and doesn't. I went to work anyway. Routine felt safer than thinking. I answered emails, sat through meetings, nodded at jokes. I didn't hear every time my phone buzzed. My heart jumped. At 3:43 p.m., another voice note arrived. 0:27 seconds. I went into the office restroom and locked myself into a stall. Before playing it, "Relax," Rohan's voice said it. "It's still me. You always overthink." I swallowed hard. "You didn't answer my call," the voice continued. "That hurt, man." The toilet flushed in the next stall, and in my earphones I heard it to the same flush. Synchronized, my knees nearly gave out. I left work early and went straight to Rohan's apartment. His parents hadn't cleared it out, yet the landlord had given them time. The place smelled like dust and stale coffee. Everything was exactly as he left it. The unmade bed, the half-empty bookshelf, the gaming console still connected to the TV. His phone wasn't there. I searched every drawer, every pocket, every surface. Nothing. I sat on his couch and listened to the silence. For the first time since the funeral, I let myself cry, ugly, quiet sobs that shook my shoulder. My phone buzzed. A voice note. 0:09 seconds. I didn't even flinch this time. "See," Rohan said softly. "I told you I wasn't there." I stood up so fast the coffee table rattled. "You're not real," I said out loud, my voice cracking. "You can't be." Another buzz. 0:14 seconds. I ran. Over the next 3 days, the voice notes kept coming. Sometimes they were harmless comments about old memories, inside jokes no one else knew. Sometimes they were cruel. "You always blamed yourself," Rohan said in one. "For that fight, for not calling me back." He was right. In another, his voice dropped to a whisper. "Do you want to know what it felt like?" I deleted that one without listening to the rest. But deleting didn't help. They came back. Sometimes the same note, sometimes new ones. I turned off notifications. The app still opened itself. I deleted WhatsApp. It reinstalled. I changed my number. The new number received a voice note within an hour. That was when I noticed something else. The voice notes were changing. At first, they sounded exactly like Rohan, but gradually, there were errors. Words stretched too long. Breaths that didn't pause where they should. Once, in the middle of a sentence, there was another voice underneath his, lower, closer, smiling. On the 7th night, I finally listened to every voice note from the beginning. All of them, back to back. I noticed patterns. Every note responded to something I had just thought about, not said. Every background sound matched my surroundings, and every night, at exactly 2:17 a.m., there was a message I hadn't opened. I opened the oldest unread one. 0 to 33 seconds. There was no voice at first, just static. Then, something like chewing. Then Rohan's voice, distant, strained. "It learned fast," he said. "Faster than I did." My blood ran cold. "What learned?" I whispered. The next voice note arrived immediately. 0:41 seconds. "That's not me anymore." I don't remember deciding to go back to his apartment that night. I just remember standing there, phone in hand, as the hallway lights flickered. The door was unlocked. Inside, the air felt thick. The TV was on, showing static. Rohan's old phone was on the coffee table, screen lit, recording. I stepped closer. The phone vibrated. A new voice note appeared in my chat. "Sender Rohan. Duration 0:19 seconds. I hit play. I heard my own voice, crying, begging, saying his name over and over. The recording ended. My phone buzzed again. 0:06 seconds. "Perfect," the voice said. "Now I sound like you, too." The ceiling fan clicked. The lights went out. And somewhere very close, something started recording again.